Hey y'all, Nova here. Today I have a tier list for you. These are all the weapons that you can buy with level 1 traders in patch 0.014, at least the majority of them. And we will go through each one and I'll rank them based on their price, how effective I think they are, what ammos you can buy with level 1 traders, the modding capabilities, stuff like that. With recoil changes, honestly, a lot of guns that were basically unusable are usable now. Pistols are really strong. So yeah, let's get right into it. Starting off with the AKS-74U, you can throw on a Cobra sight with this, and it is quite the gun. It has very low recoil. You can buy like PRS, I'm pretty sure, or maybe US. It's pretty good ammo. It's not bad. And the other good thing about the AKS-74U is it's really easy to find good ammo. I mean, you can find tons of BS and BT, which are like top tiers ammos all over the different maps. So definitely a really strong gun early life, especially if you can find yourself like a 45 rounder. It can be extremely strong. So honestly, I might even put that into S tier. Maybe we'll keep it A tier for now and we'll move it up. But I think it's S tier because of how you can find all the ammo for it. And you can't really find that good of ammo for the other guns, at least not in the huge quantities that you could find for the AKS. So with the AKS-74UB, it is silenced, which is very nice. And you know, you can still do the same modding. However, the issue with this gun is it is really expensive. I mean, you can buy 3 of these for one of those, and I don't think the silencer is really worth it. So I'll probably put this in C tier, maybe B tier. Probably low B tier is what I put that gun, just because of its price. It's definitely overpriced, especially it's just one silencer. Yeah, it's just overpriced for what you're getting when you could run like 3 of those, and it's just not that worth. Maybe if you're running solo, maybe if you're running night raids, stuff like that. So the Grotch is actually a really nice pistol. I'd say that it is actually higher tier than I would expect, just because I found it pretty hard to buy Glock 17s because they're almost always out of stock, as you can see in the picture that I took. So I'd put it pretty high up. It's honestly, you know, it's not fully automatic. So for a pistol, I put it in C tier, but you know, for a pistol, it's probably up there compared to the other ones. TT, D tier, it's just, you know, you don't have big enough mags. The ammo you can run with it isn't very good. Don't run the TT, it's just not worth it. Spend the extra 5,000, buy yourself a Garage. Okay, now we got ourselves a PP91 at Keter. This is a cult classic. People love this thing for shredding legs. You know, the recoil is not too bad, and the ammo is pretty shit unless you're going for legs or headshots, but it's a decent gun. I'd probably put it maybe above the AKS-74UB just because it's so expensive, and the Keter basically is dirt cheap. But I definitely would not suggest running this instead of that. I mean, it's like a 3K difference. Run the AKS-74U, it's better. Now the PP19, this thing has absolutely no recoil, and it has the attraction that you get a ton of the PST-GZH ammo to start off. You get like 700 rounds or something like that, so you have a lot of good ammo, especially starting out. It's full auto. You can buy 30 round mags. You can also put a sight, and I think once you unlock maybe level 2 traders, you're able to get the handguard that lets you put a laser on it as well, though you don't really need the laser. This thing is dead accurate. You can just go for those face shots. Unless they're like wearing a kiver with like a face shield, you should be killing people. So I'd put this in S tier for sure. Okay, it's not above the AKS-74U just because you can find better ammo for the AKS-74U, but it's definitely up there. One of my favorite early game guns for early wipe. However, it can be hard sometimes. It does sell out. But you know, if it's not, you could just buy all 4, whatever the trade limit is, and fold them, and they only take up a 2x2, so it's not bad. Now we have the PPSH, the Big Daddy. You can buy big mags for this, but I don't think at level 1 traders, you know, it's fine. I honestly think that I like the Keter more, just because the PPSH is more expensive and it feels less accurate. It's sort of hard to use. It's fine. I mean, some people really like it. I think the ammo it shoots is pretty trash. And yeah, I mean, I would use a Keter or any of the other ones instead of it. You know, it might even go there. Yeah. So Mosins used to be a favorite, especially for streamers going for Kappa, because you used to need a really high sniper skill. And what they would do is you would just sit and raid with the Mosin and reload over and over and over, since you can top load. And that was how they got their sniper skill up. Nowadays, they have quests that give you a lot more points in sniper skill, so you only need your sniper skill to get to like level 2. And then, you know, you get like 5 points from something and then 3 points from something else, so you get up to 10. So I would say, you know, running the Mosin is fine, but I don't think you really need to run an early wipe. And I'd say that almost all of these are probably better than it. It can be really hard to use. You know, if you enjoy using it on like woods or some specific long sightlines maps, is fine. But For close quarters, it's absolute ass unless you're really good at hitting your headshots. So, you know, I just grouped the two modes together. I would put that in the bottom of B tier, maybe even in C tier. Honestly, the pistol's probably better than that. Yeah, I put it right there. I would take it over to TT though. Okay, we got the VPO 136. It's the 7.62x39. It is not an automatic gun, but it does shoot really nice rounds. It shoots the SP rounds. Those are the rounds you can buy. They have like 20 penetration, which is more than a lot of the other different rounds that you can use at this level. I would say I like it over the Keter, but it's definitely not, you know, not as good as either of those. It's a fine weapon. You can mod it out a little bit. You could put, I'm pretty sure you can put a Bastion dust cover on it and get a sight on there. And yeah, I mean, it's a fine weapon. If you enjoy it, that caliber, feel free to use it. Its recoil isn't too bad. It's pretty usable, especially with the recoil changes. So feel free to try it out. I'd say that this gun is actually better than the VPO 136. It's another, you know, semi-automatic, except it shoots the .366 TKM, and you can buy the Gexa rounds, which are pretty good. I don't remember the exact stats on them. They're currently sold out, but they are a pretty good round. So I would, you know, between those two, if you're a semi-auto enjoyer, you could run those. However, I would suggest maybe running the OPSKS instead of them, but we will get there. The 8R, honestly, it's just not worth using. You can't buy good ammo for it early on, especially not compared to the two ammos for these two guns. And it's so much more expensive. I mean, it's 45k when these are like 20k. So, I mean, it's fine. Another semi-auto gun if you're a fan of that kind of thing. But I would put it into B tier, maybe even, you know, pistols, probably not as effective, but you have the, you know, all the PST GZH starting out, and you know, they're probably more accurate, less recoil, stuff like that. Also, you have that really annoying gas block that you can't change out until level 2 traders, I'm pretty sure. So maybe, yeah, maybe even down there is where I would put the 8R. Then we got the Saiga 9. Don't use it, it's trash. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. It's not awful. It's just, I just wouldn't use it. I mean, when you can use all of these other guns, you know, maybe you could use it instead of an 8R because it's cheaper, but I just don't see the point in using a Saiga. The AUG actually goes up there, I think. I think it's actually really good. Even with that shitty ass scope that comes on it when you buy it stock from the traders, I think it's a really good gun. Try it, you know, with full recoil. With the recoil changes, the recoil is not too bad with its scope. It is really expensive. It's like 80k, so you know, maybe that could drop it down to A tier because its cost effectiveness definitely isn't as good, and you can't buy great ammo, and it can be hard to find ammo for it. So you know, maybe we'll put it there, but definitely a fun gun to use, and you can use it from level 1. So I'd suggest at least trying it out. Maybe you'll have some really good raids with it, but you know, maybe at least run like tier 4 armor or something with it when you're running the AUG, just because it's so expensive. So you're putting in a lot of money to run that gun, which can be hard to come by, especially if you don't have the flea market unlocked. And you know, once you have the flea market unlocked, this is basically all irrelevant because you can buy any gun that you want. So carrying on to the M9A3 pistol, this is actually one of my favorite pistols under, I mean, right before the Glock 17. I like it. You know, I'm going to probably put most of the pistols in C just because they're not fully automatic, but you know, and they're pistols, but I do like it more than the Grotch, and you know, it's sort of personal opinion. I've just always had pretty good luck with hitting headshots with it. The MP5KN, this gun is sort of trash, honestly. I might put this above the pistols just because it's automatic. You can probably do pretty well with it, and with the recoil changes, it's, you know, pretty easy to use. MP5 I would put definitely above that gun just because you can mod it out. I would honestly put it up there. It's maybe even A tier. Depending on, you know, the PP19 can be a lot easier to mod. It can be a lot easier because you can run like the Cobra sight on it. MP5, you need the rail, and that can be really hard to find. It'll be sold out a lot. You know, maybe we'll put that. Yeah, we'll put that at the bottom of the S tier. It's a really good gun, and it's really great early wipe, especially because you can get that PS as long as you can buy, or not buy, but as long as you have access to your like first supply of PST GZH. The MP5 is really solid, and you can get a sight for it. So you know, try it out. It feels good. The recoil is not bad at all. Then we got our Glock 17. Again, I would put that there. I might even put that above the MP5KN, but you know, it depends if you're close quarters, long range, just sort of depends what you're wanting to do. Now OPSKS, I'm gonna put that into S tier. Really strong. You can throw you know, your standard Belomo sight or whatever it's called from proper onto it, and it's always been a strong starter gun. I mean, very, very popular for tons of people, and you know, it's better than ever, especially with the recoil changes. I think the sight picture is really clean. You can run the SP ammo just the same as the 136 with it, and you know, it has good penetration. You'll be absolutely killing people in tier 3 armor, maybe even tier 4 if you're lucky. So great for head tapping. If you like DMRs, OPS KS is your baby. Definitely an S tier weapon when you're starting out, and I'd highly suggest trying it out. So now we have a couple of shotguns. I didn't actually put every single weapon that you can buy on this tier list. I just put the weapons that I think that the majority of people would consider using. If there is a weapon not on this tier list that you're really enjoying, feel free to comment it below just so other people can know. I'm trying to build a community here, so you know, help your peeps out. If you have a gun that you think you're really enjoying, let other people know, and maybe they can try it out. Maybe even I'll try it out. I definitely try to read all comments and stuff like that. So we got a couple of shotguns. The MP133 is a pump action, so it shoots pretty slow. So I would probably put this, you know, honestly, you know, top of D tier. It feels pretty hard to use. It doesn't shoot very fast. You're gonna get shot. I mean, it might be better than a Mosin. Maybe the Mosin goes there instead of there, and maybe that goes there. I don't know, something like that. And then finally, we have the MP153 shotgun, our last gun on this tier list. This is definitely, you know, maybe an A or S tier weapon if you are going for them close range. It is, you know, semi-automatic, so it shoots extremely quickly, and you can just totally kill people with this thing. If they're wearing a face shield, like a Kiver face shield, you got to go for them legs, but you can absolutely fold people with it. You know, maybe it even goes there. Just it depends what your personal preference is. I'd put it above the AUG for sure, just because of its, I mean, not price, but you can find a ton of them on scouts and stuff. And you know, once you get like the Magnum Buckshot, it absolutely shreds. And you know, if you find like Flechette or something, then you're in a good place. So I think this is how I will end the tier list. It's looking pretty good. If you have any comments or disagree or agree with anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below. All these are my personal opinions. I'm not saying this is objectively true. It's just what I think, and I'm sort of giving my thoughts, and hopefully you found it helpful for deciding what weapons to choose in this wipe and patch. I'll probably do another tier list for once I reach level 2 traders on everything, and I am planning on making a tier list for armors and rigs and stuff like that as well. Hopefully people will find that helpful as well. So yeah, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. If you need any help with settings, I'll have my best settings guide linked up above. People definitely find it helpful. I've had lots of comments, so feel free to go there and check that out. But other than that, thanks for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck in your raids this week, and I'll see you next time.